Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the On Time, On Target Morning Brief. Today is Thursday, September 10th. If you're joining us on replay, thank you so much for checking us out. We are an investment forum that gets together in the morning, and we talk about both long-term investing and short-term investing opportunities, and we follow some day trading stuff through the market open. If you're interested in finding out more, contact me at steve@ototnow.com, and we will get you set up for a free trial. For everybody else, get ready to strap in. Here we go. Mission objectives this morning are grow our money, protect our money, and live off our money. Specifically for our tactical objectives today, we are looking at data center REITs. So yesterday we talked about real estate investment trusts in general, and today it's specifically the real estate investment trust in, specific to data centers. So you think where, when you upload a video to Facebook, where does all the information go? Well, it's got to go in a data center somewhere and be stored basically forever. So all these places are popping up, and it's a very lucrative industry. All right, as far as our question of the day, we're going to talk specifically, again, we'll deal with this at the end, but cash flow into and out of your brokerage account. When you want your money, how fast can you get it? What are the ways to get it both into and out of? We'll talk about that at the end of today. All right, for our flow, we're going to be long, short, open, short, long, which means we're going to start off with a market review, not only here in the U.S., but around the markets of around the world, and talking about bonds, gold, and oil. Then we'll come back to the United States and talk about the specific headlines of this morning. We've got a jobs number that was actually higher than expected, so that would be bad. But the market, ever since that job numbers came out, basically has gone higher. So we're pretty much going to be in the green at the open here. Then we'll take a look at some long-term investments, again, talking about the real estate investment trusts. Look at 6 different names out there. And then we'll get into, within 10 minutes of the open, we'll put our day trading hats on and look at some opportunities out there using our particular strategy of gap and go, looking for things that have gapped up or down 5 to 10% and taking them in that same direction. Once the market opens, we'll go ahead and follow those trades through the open, close those out, and then get back to the long-term investing. Then we'll get to the question of the day. For contingencies, if you have any issues this morning, reach out to me at steve@ototnow.com. I have staff standing by to be able to help your situation, help resolve your situation. And last, standard disclaimer applies that this is an educational presentation, and you have to do your own due diligence before you act on anything you see here. All right, with that, let's share out the TD Ameritrade ThinkPipe screen, and we will take a look at the S&P 500 for the past. Those are our day trading screens. We'll come back to those. S&P 500, we're looking at a chart from left to right. That is 1 year. So you see the big dip, obviously COVID related, and then the recovery from there. And what you saw yesterday is we finally broke that 3-day down streak, and we had a nice green day yesterday and setting up for that again today. Do I think we're out of the woods? No, because we have the big election that's coming up. So I think there is a bounce because a lot of people buy off a 3-day dip. However, I think that's a little premature. So anybody that reached out to me saying, hey, what are we buying? I'm like, not anything unless you want to buy boring stuff like bonds. And people are like, that's too boring, blah, blah, blah. But I think you have to wait to get aggressive again before need the election to kind of go by before we get aggressive again. All right, as far as zooming into the particular, this is a 5-day chart of the SPY again. Each blue day in the middle, the dark blue represents the market open day. So here's our 1, 2, 3 down days, and then this was yesterday. Pretty much a straight up day till the end of the day, a little bit of profit taking. So some concerns when you see profit taking like this going into the close, that we're going to open up the next day lower. We in fact did, but it's been straight up since the market opened this morning at 4 o'clock Eastern. All right, for earnings, there were some earnings out this morning. So let's get over to the correct day, September 10th. There we go. GameStop was out this morning, and they were out last night. Actually, they're down 10% on missed earnings. Again, that's a company that is in trouble out there. And let's see, have Dave & Buster's. That must be after the market today. Is another name I watch. They would stand to benefit from the vaccine and the recovery and people getting out and getting more social. So I would expect them to miss earnings when they release after the bell today. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at headlines. Excuse me, sharing out to you the CNBC screen, which will pop up here in a second. Over to this tab, we'll refresh real quick. So you can see the futures all in the green across the board there. With the NASDAQ up almost 1%. So a pretty big move to the upside there for the NASDAQ. Going around the world, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Europe, mixed. Those are pretty low numbers, so not a whole lot of action there. Again, they have the ECB meeting. Are the rates going to go negative? Are they going to go? So that's what they're waiting for in Europe. All right, Japan up a little bit, China off a little bit. Same with Hong Kong. So nothing really newsworthy there. These are the numbers for the U.S. market from yesterday. Of note, the VIX down around the 28. It's actually below that a little bit this morning. So again, if the market screams higher from here, the VIX is going to continue to fall and sell off. So if you have invested in VXX, I'm probably just going to let that ride for a while until volatility increases due to the election. All right, as far as the bonds, yields up, inching higher there, above 0.718 for the 10-year. That's a good sign. Oil, we know this is a problem, down below 40. There's been Kramer yesterday said oil's a short here, so that's not good as far as the long-term price of oil. He said it's probably going to be a short for a long time or forever. So we might be, his thought is we're looking at lower, longer. Each of the major oil firms have a break-even price on oil that if it's below that break-even price, they can't make money, which, their business models have them, so they can stay in business for a couple years if it's below that price, but they can't stay in business forever if it's below that price. So we'll keep an eye on that like we do every day. Gold and silver inching higher, no real news there. All right, let's check some headlines. So Citi CEO is retiring and first woman CEO of a mega bank. So kind of a cool thing. You would think that would, that's surprising to me that it's taken that long. But then when, again, you look at the pedigree of the folks that end up as CEOs of these major companies, you're talking 20 to 30 years of experience. So it does take some time to get everything more mirroring, if you will, what society looks like. All right. LVMH and Tiffany, their marriage did not go through, so now there's some lawsuits that will follow that, so keep an eye on there. We'll check out Tiffany again on the short list, see where that stock is today. Oh, I had not seen that. Ted Cruz to the short list of the Supreme Court. I'm not sure I can process that. What? So anyhow, I did not see that till right now, so I'll check that out a little more later. All right, you know that I like DraftKings and the dominant sports betting. I don't know if Barstool, I'm not sure I would buy that, but yeah, was not. I don't know that I would buy that. I think it's DraftKings, but anyhow, you see Pin Gaming. We talk about that when we talk about our gaming stocks. 40%. DraftKings was up big yesterday, up above $40 a share now. And obviously, LCA, which is the special purpose acquisition company that's going to become Golden Nugget Online Gaming, has been hitting new highs almost every day for the past 10 days or so. Okay, Apple's product launch is coming out September 15th. So that is next Tuesday. So they're supposed to release the iPhone 12, the new iPad, all the new Gucci stuff. If you haven't upgraded to iOS 14, you should check it out. There's a beta that's out there that you can download. They fixed a lot of things that have been an issue. So instead of having 7 different screens open for all your apps, now there's one screen. It's your home screen, and you can click on one thing and it alphabetizes your apps, which why did it take us 2 decades to figure that out? But so you can just search for your apps instead of having to flick through. So a lot of good news there coming out of Apple. Now they do tend to sell off after there's a lot of hype going into these, but they do tend to sell, the stock tends to sell off. So it's been hit hard recently, and now it bounced yesterday. It will bounce again today, likely. But it could sell off after that event, so just don't be surprised if it does. We're not trading it. We're just sitting there and holding it. All right, Restoration Hardware actually beat earnings. GameStop, missed earnings down 10+%. See over here, Tesla bounced yesterday 11% after dropping 21% the day prior. They're up like 5% already again this morning. Okay, that is enough for the headlines. Let's go ahead and take a look at Equinix. Again, our topic of the day is the data center REIT space. So a couple names here to take a look at, but specifically with Equinix, what you see, pulling something up on another screen here, sorry. There we go. What you can see out of a data center REIT, so you think of, there's all the real estate that it takes to put all of these data centers. A lot of them are out in the middle of nowhere, so think Nevada desert. There's lots of places where they put these, but that's one place that is more popular because there's lots of space there. So you have to design them, you have to get all the information there, and then it's basically a server farm is how I describe it, but it's inside of a building. So the REIT people, the REIT companies, they buy all the land and then turn around and lease that land out to these data centers that are more focused on building the data center. So pretty good investment. I like the stocks. I like them on occasion, depending on how overpriced they are. And this one is overpriced, so I wouldn't buy the stock here. But when you look at the dividend that they pay, anywhere from basically 1% up to 4%. So they still get a decent dividend against a distribution since it's a real estate investment trust. So money that comes into these things, and again, 90% of that has to flow through to you, the investor. So when you look at it, it's done really pretty well. It got hit like everything else back in March. But since then, money, that's a quick V-shaped recovery, some of the quickest out there. Flatlined for a while, and now it continues higher. Again, I'm not real excited about putting money into them here. But if I were, if they came down lower, I would consider that again. So also their bonds got super cheap for a while. So that's where several people have bond names. You can think Cyrus One is another name. Digital Realty and Equinix are kind of the big three out there. All right. With that, let's go over to our Schwab Street Smart Edge and take a look around as far as what are the shorts of today or the day trading stuff for as we go into the market open here. There's what I'm looking for. So you have Restoration Hardware up 17%. SLQT, don't know what they are. We'll take a look at that. VRNT, that was a pharmaceutical name from yesterday. So in motion again. AGX plus 9%. NCNO up 5%. All right, on the downside, we have GameStop minus 10%, BIGC minus 5%. All right, that's what I'm getting off of there. We will take a look now at those different names to see what we can find. All right, let's see. Yeah, Burner, we took TIFF yesterday, I believe, and again, popped us out of that. So down in R 2 days in a row now, so let's find something that will get all that back. Again, our strategy is you make 3R or lose 1R, so not particularly concerned, but we would like to get in the green for the week. All right, let's take a look at We're going to look at our long names first. All right, RH, let's go. There we go. All right, Restoration Hardware closed at 321, gapping up to 390. Again, that's 17%. See if it's got volume on this one. 146, so it does have our volume. Again, we're looking at 100,000 shares, so popping all the way up to 385, so sitting up here now. So pretty much a straight line up for Restoration Hardware. Home furnishing news, that makes sense. So I do like that. It's already moved up 17%, so it's not my first choice, but we can take a look at it as it gets closer to the open. Let's look at SLQT. I think that's Select Quote. I want to say it's an insurance firm. Low volume, 20 up to 23. So it's here, gapping up to here. I like all this. That means it has more room to climb back up within the past because it's already been there. Let's see. Insurance companies share jumped 13%. Second best day on record. 2 price target raises up to 32 and 35. So pretty significant raises there. All right, even though it's already moved up 13%, I do like it from a, making a note here. I do like it. We're going to take a look at that as well. I think it's got more room to run. So got an arrow down there. We'll probably put that up on our main screen. All right, Variant Systems, don't know what they do. Low volume, so does not much there. AGX. Argon, again, low volume, gapping up though. We'll have to come back to that. NCNO. Encino, again, low volume, so nothing to check there. On the short side, I wanted to check TIFF, see what's going on this morning now that they're getting sued. Gapping up, so nothing really to talk about there other than I want to keep an eye on that. I could see that. Let's see, blaming each other for collapse would have been the biggest ever buyout. So I do not think that is a good news story. So we'll keep an eye on the volume and see if it moves down at all. You see where it moved down yesterday, 121 all the way down to low at 112. I know it didn't work in our short as it came out, but it was a short drop in that 10%. So I'll keep an eye on that. Let's look at GameStop, GME. If you, Burner, I appreciate that, but that was from the headlines this morning. LVMH is suing Tiffany. It's not the other way around. But thanks for the comment, though. All right, so let's see. GameStop, we have previous close 735 down to 680. So down here off of missed earnings, I love the fact that this does have more room to fall, even though we're already at that kind of 10% stop. So I think this will be the #1 short today. Let's see what we have over here. Again, this is off an earnings miss. So taking it here, probably a 10% stop or so, give us plenty of room for a nice big trade to the downside. BIGC, the other one I had for our notes, Big Commerce Holdings. They do have the volume, 91 down to 84. So I had 5%. That looks more than 10%. That looks more like 7. It's more like 7 or 8%. So they closed here, and they're down here. So it also has that room to fall without any congestion for another 20 bucks or so. So I like that. Let's see if we can dig out the headline. Named a challenger. That doesn't seem negative. There, I saw what we have here. Software as a service, commerce platform play. Well, it meets our numbers, so we'll keep an eye on it. Don't know what is driving that lower, though. All right, let's see, and that is it. Zscaler, they missed earnings. They were only gapping down just a little bit. We'll take a look. Yeah, just off a little bit for Zscaler. Not going to really touch that one because that's a pretty common name. All right, let's take a look in our tabs. Nikola had a negative headline out this morning. It's not showing not news not there, but if you look at their stock again, 40% move up a couple days ago. We'll zoom in here. So you had the big move up on, let's see, that would have been Tuesday. Sold off into the close, popped up again. This was yesterday, pretty much sold off all the way. So kind of continuation selling all the way there. The negative headline, I'm trying to think of who had it. can't remember, but a lot of hyperbole coming out of Nikola, so you do see the stock move. It does meet our criteria for being in the heart of the window and in play a lot, so we'll put that on the short side to take a look at. All right, Apple gapping up, that's nice. Tesla up 5%, NEO up 3%. Let's see, GE, a lot of volume, but pretty much flat. There's our Restoration Hardware up 21%. Don't really like that for a day trade too much. Spotify's up 5%. Presentation, okay. See if there's a headline down here for Spot. I don't see one. Spotify's been on fire, so again, for a long, I like this better than Select Quote, just from the setup for numbers, so we'll keep an eye on that. Plenty of volume. I'm sorry, a little light on volume, so we'd have to wait, so delay. Check volume, all right. NVIDIA, another name that's been in play lately. Again, chip maker, bought some yesterday actually, and there's Zoom. So Zoom had an update yesterday on the bounce and probably continuing higher. That's a little low on volume, but it is a very popular name, so we'll have that on our long watch list as well. Okay, see if what we get on our decliners here. NKLA, already talked about that, down 8%. BIGC, we have that as well. That'll be our number 2 short. Not enough volume for Canadian Solar. All right, see what else we have to the positive side. Restoration Harbor Select Quote we know about. Lots of low volume plays, unlike yesterday. There was a ton of volume yesterday, people buying back in. I think it's premature, but don't see anything there. Let's see what we got over overstock.com. We'll look at that on our list. All right, I don't understand what subsidiary T0 approved by FINRA. I don't see why they'd be gapping up on that, but you certainly can see they've got room to run to the upside. So we'll keep an eye on them. VRNT is the name we already looked at. Had low volume. That was the issue there. Bed Bath & Beyond. All right, it's got the volume. Let's take a look. Price target up to 18, so an upgrade from 15, so that's pretty impressive. So basically an upgrade there. 1142 to 1220, so from here to there. Ooh, I like this one for a long. And it's hard of the envelope for what we're looking at. And then Tesla up 5%. Not going to take Tesla long personally, but we can keep an eye on it. Let's take a look. So it went from 520 all the way down to below 320. Moved $60 move up, basically. Trough to peak yesterday. That was the close, so about half of that's today's move already. So again, if you're a Tesla fan, you can buy in here. I think there's more troubles ahead with Tesla. All right, let's switch over to, we have 4.5 minutes to the trading open. Let's switch over to TD Ameritrade and set things up on our trading screen. So again, a couple longs and a couple shorts to like today, depending on your flavor. I will call one of each and we'll see if we can get an entry point. All right, on the left, we have the SPY. That's a 1-minute chart. You can see it's pretty much trucking higher. All right. Had SLQT For a long, now let's back up. Let's look at spot real quick. See which one of these I like best. Low volume, BBBY. Bed Bath and Beyond. That's the one I like the best. Roll that out a little bit. So if you're looking to go long, BBBY I think is where the best of those three that I looked at. So again, looking at probably needing a 20-cent stop for a 60-cent move. Maybe you can get away with 15. Your choice there. All right, let's look at the shorts. In KLA, it's already pulled up there. So again, back this out just a little bit so you can get a little track record of where this has been. So I like that entry point where it's sitting right now, a couple minutes prior to the open. So nickel will be our top short. Stop's a little problematic. I want to go about a 40-cent stop here. So we're going to kind of let that open and then see if we can grab it. So again, looking at 40 cent on Nikola. Write that down. And then our third one, we've got GameStop. So again, I'll be primary on the chart for Nikola short. But we'll be keeping for longs, I'll call a trade if Bed Bath & Beyond sets up. All right, GameStop as a short. Let's back out a little bit here. There you can see the earnings call down there at the bottom. Probably looking at a 10-cent stop for GameStop short. 10 cents. And then the other short, just real quick, want to take a look at BIGC. All right, I like this a little better, higher price point. So we're going to keep this up instead of GameStop, but we got GameStop ready. I'll switch that pretty quick if this doesn't set up. So BIGC short, going to need about a 40-cent stop. So again, 40-cent stops on both Nikola and Tesla is what I'm looking at. We'll see how they set up. All right, we get this chart adjusted again. So I'll explain what we're looking at here in a second. All right, 30 seconds to the open. Welcome to the trade of the day. We have 4 charts set up for you here. We're looking at the SPY on the left. That's going to be a 1-minute chart, just telling us how the overall market's doing at the open. For our actual trading screens, we have on the left here, this is Bed Bath & Beyond. This is our only long that I have up here. We could switch to that. Again, market's in the green, probably trending longer overall, so we shall see. But a lot of news, Bed Bath & Beyond, again, looking for probably a 20-cent stop or so, if you will. And then both these are shorts. We have Nikola and BIGC on the downside. So again, I'm watching Nikola first. Market just opened. So again, really looking to take it probably down at the 38.4 level if it comes down and hits it. If it sets up better, we'll try to get a better entry higher. All right, as far as BIGC's already kind of dropped, so we'll have to just kind of watch that. We would need it to back up to 84 or so before we would be able to turn around and take that short. So it needs to back up some. As far as our Bed Bath & Beyond, it's marching pretty higher, so we'll just keep an eye on it there. Again, looking at Nikola, looking for the 38.4 level to get into this trade. Again, it's going to be a short. Looks like it's about to hit it. There we go. 38.4 is your entry point. So we are here, and again, that's going to be a 40-cent stop is what we're looking at. Looking for a $1.20 move down. So chart keeps moving on me. So again, there's to show you that that's the direction we're taking it. 38.4 up to 40 cents is 38.80. So again, this is our stop out point. 38 even would be our 1R. So again, looking at that 1R and then holding it out for 3R, which this is 2R here, 37.6, and looking at 37.20 as our exit. So that's what we're looking for out of the Nikola trade. We are in that trade. All right, switching over to BIGC. All right, there's 2 R's in Nikola. Get your stop set in. So if it hits 37.20, we are back out. So get that drawn in here. I wouldn't hold any of it. I would let us get bumped all the way out and just call it a day for the 3 R's. All right, looking over at BIGC. Again, wanting to take this short. It's not really setting up yet. And again, Bed Bath & Beyond taking it long, up 6.5 or so. I do like this move. I just don't like getting an entry in this for long. See how the overall market's doing. Down, market's reversing a little bit. All right, there's 37.20. So there's our 3R trade in Nikola short. So I get to check mark again. I would not hold it. I just call it good and be done for the day. All right, BIGC not setting up short. Nice number, but I don't like the way it's acted up here, so nothing there. And then Bed Bath & Beyond long. Don't like these big long dojis that goes up. These are, gosh, 15, 20 cent dojis up there. So, all right, looks like we got the right trade there in Nikola. I'm going to surf some other longs. We know about Restoration Hardware. Gapping up almost 25%, so that would have worked long as well. Couple dollar move out of there. All right, and let's see. SL Select Quote was another name we had on our radar for this morning. That would not have worked long. Again, just looking through some longs that we had on our watch list this morning. So nothing doing in Select Quote. Spotify was my second choice for long. Looks like that might have worked. Let's zoom in here. So 259 at the open, $4 move. Yep, that would have worked. All right, and let's see. Zoom is another long. Gapping up, that would not have worked. So glad we didn't take a look at that. Let's see, Overstock. Again, not much move higher in the Overstock there. Up 11% on the day. All right, let's just go over to Apple. See what Apple's doing. All right, there's our Apple move of the day. So we'll just leave that cooking there. Here's our trade. We're already back out of it. I wouldn't hop in. Some people will trade it and then wait for it to kind of settle out back here higher and then roll off again. That's what traders do all day. That's not what I want to do all day. All right, let's see. We had BIGC was one here. It did not work. Look at that thing, backed all the way up. Nikola, and let's see what's going on in Tiffany. Again, I thought that this would sell off today. It is not. About a dollar stretch there. So, all right, other names, other EV names out there. BLNK. Up nicely on the day. Plug. $0.30 move up, then kind of sold off for Plug. All right, Workhorse is another long name that I like. Not gapping up, but holding at least. And then Shell is the other EV truck maker. Just kind of holding right around even. Let's see, the other we're in play is Penn Gaming. Again, this is off the headline. Gapping up. A lot of strength there at the open. And then check out DraftKings. Pretty well holding higher, up 3%. That's nice. And then LCA, again, that's our special purpose acquisition company that is going to become Golden Nugget Online Gaming. And it is moving up a couple percent. So, all right, that's enough for the day trading. We'll leave that behind and check out the overall market. And all right, let's see, on the upside, we have Tesla, Trade Desk, Clickstream up a little bit, Kohl's up, that's nice. It's been a left for dead stock. Raytheon's up a little bit. That's more of a value name now when you look at the market for like pure value. That's one of the names that I throw out off the top 5 for pure value. All right, a lot of names in the green, over 1% there. Let's take a look at the downside. Nikola, again, that was our short, so that worked. Northwest Bio, it's been on fire, so I'm not even worried about it being in the red just a little bit. I will take a look at that here. That doesn't show it, but let's back out to the chart just to show you the move in this name. It's been kind of epic. So here's kind of the latest move, if you will, having the sitting around 33 cents forever and then basically doubled up to 60 and change in the past, 5 trading days. So heck of a move up in Northwest Bio. A little bit of an obscure name. You can tell by the entry point there. All right, let's get this back to a normal looking chart. All right, other names that are down, BlackRock down a little bit, Duke Energy, AT&T. All right, so just a few names in the red. So overall, it looks like the market's doing pretty well. The Dow is up 0.5%, NASDAQ up over 8%, and then S&P 500 up 0.5%. So we'll see. We'll see if that holds today. All right, last thing I will talk to, we'll go back to the day trading chart. Last thing I'll talk to today about moving money in and out of your brokerage account. You can set up a brokerage account as your bank account, basically. And I'm starting to see more and more the genius behind doing so is you have your money all in one place, and you can write checks out of your brokerage account. You can have a debit card tied to your brokerage account. So you can either, if you use credit cards and pay it off once at the end of the month, you've got an account there. So just like paying it off with your bank account. So pretty slick setup. As far as so that would be, operating in and out of it. As far as you can set your direct deposit up into your brokerage account. I helped somebody do that yesterday. So just like you would into a bank, money's going right from your employer into your brokerage account. So that's pretty cool. On a 2-week basis is what this person is being paid on. So pretty good stuff as far as going in. And again, for monitoring, you can monitor your brokerage account just like you monitor your bank account. With an app shows you the balance and everything. Now, what is a little bit different is obviously the balance of the brokerage account is, if you're close to 7 figures, I mean, that moves a lot based, every day. So because you spend $500 out of your brokerage account, it may not be a visual, that's a big deal because your brokerage account could be moving thousands a day. So, but it is all there. It has the check numbers, has your printed out check and everything, just like you would expect out of your bank account. Now, as far as the normal way people use their brokerage accounts is when you put money into the account, again, what I would say the easiest is to log in and verify your bank account. Sometimes you can do that right away with a username and password. Sometimes you have to wait a couple days for those annoying, deposit or two of less than $1 to be able to verify it. So either way, however you end up verifying, once you have verified your account, your bank account, now you can move money in. When you move money in, you want to do an ACH. People get confused on this. If they aren't very fluent in using and moving money, a lot of people assume they need to do a wire transfer. You do not need to do a wire transfer under almost any circumstances. There's times when I use wire transfers out of a brokerage account because they need the money right away, i.e. they need it for closing of a house and things are getting delayed and all of a sudden it's just no, I need it. A wire transfer will get you your money within about an hour. You will pay a small fee. It was 25. It just went down. I want to say it's 12 now. But you will pay. All you're paying for is you're jumping everybody else in priority. So if you put in an ACH, which all that means is I put in my routing number, bank account, and I say I would like 10,000 out today, enter, that goes into a queue. So the paperwork has to be processed. goes through that processing, and then those transactions happen as they occur. You can generally think of an ACH, you're going to have your money if the funds are available the next day. So generally, you don't need the money the same day. I mean, your needs are your need. But if you can wait a day, then you're going to have your money in that day. The only time you run into issues there is if I need to sell something, or if you need to sell something, if you go into your brokerage account, sell some Apple shares to free up some money, well, then at that point, you will need to wait until, depends on your account size, wait to take money out, or if you're on a margin account, then you can just take money right away. So it depends on how you have your account set up. So wire transfer, think an hour, it's going to cost you a little bit. ACH, it's going to go the next day as long as the funds are available to be able to get your money out. All right, the last one is you can also fund your account. You used to be able to write a check and go down and hand it to a person at the local branch. That is generally not an option right now. And I think that when we come back from all this, who knows what the future holds, but I think that will be having a local branch. I think people have seen that they really don't need a local branch. So if you have that check and you don't have a local branch where you can go hand it to a person, you can send it in. Some people like to overnight their checks. That's going to cost you the overnight fee of what, $30? I generally don't do that. I send it in. It's about a week though by the time the mail travels there and it goes to their central clearing facility and they actually allocate it into your account. So consider if you're trying to take care, a lot of people like to sit on cash and they're like, hey, Steve, let me know when a good time to buy is and I'll send you some cash. So then I chuckle and say, well, the good time to buy is not necessarily going to sit there and wait for your check to get processed for a week. So just consider putting funds in the account so you have it ready to go. All right, that's all I've got for, let me check, make sure I answered that fully. Into and out of, yes. All right, that's all I have for the question of the day. True, hey, great point. A lot of the mobile, you can do a mobile deposit as well. So that is, TD Ameritrade's been doing that for a while. I think you can do it with Schwab now. But again, mobile deposits are an option where, again, take a picture of the check front and back and go in and electronically deposit it that way. I can do that for clients, but I don't do that for clients. I just send the check in and don't worry about it. Because if I do it, I have another layer of compliance that goes with me. So good point there. All right, nothing else in the chat. No questions for today for me. So, all right, good job on the trade today, everybody. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning. You have a good one.